Hi, I'm Linda. Welcome back to Eclecting. Today I want to talk to you about what I consider to be the third ring of hell in home decorating, and that is Hobby Lobby. I'm going to say this, I think specifically to the people who are my age. Please do not get your home decor at a place like Hobby Lobby. Your family is going to hate you when you're dead because they're now stuck with all of this live, love, laugh and, shabby chic 20 years after the fact kind of crap. They're the resin that's supposed to be ceramic. And what do they do with it? It has no resale value. No one will ever utter the words, "This is vintage Hobby Lobby." That my saying it just now is the only time in the history of the world where those words be uttered. Vintage Hobby Lobby. So there are some places where I know it's chic to sort of say you hate it, like Walmart. I don't like Walmart. I think it ruined a lot of small towns across the country because, this big mega store comes in that undercuts prices. And small towns pretty much, dried up. Mom and pop businesses closed their doors because they simply couldn't compete with this, mega box store. But also, these mega box stores came to towns where they didn't have shops, and so it was a huge service to them. So I'm not gonna, dump on Walmart too much. I have a secret confession to make about Walmart. So if I'm on a road trip that's, let's say, minimum 4 hours away from home, and Walmart is pretty much the only choice to stop in, something comes over me if I go to a Walmart where I will look back at my purchases and go, why would I buy elastic waisted blue jeans? But I don't know if they have something subliminal going behind the music, but anyway, what I want to talk to you about today is specifically Hobby Lobby. So my entire adult life, I have been a thrift store shopper. Salvation Army, Goodwill, Savers. Then also there's flea markets, garage sales, estate sales. But I have noticed in the past decade an influx of this sort of tacky home decor in thrift stores. Cheap, trendy home decor that was like a flash in the pan. A couple years ago, it was everything had to be rose gold. And so they would come out with a line of home decor that was all rose gold or faux marble. That is all now at thrift stores. One thing that I have noticed is farmyard animals, oxen, cows. Oxen wouldn't be a farmyard animal, but it's not like in a barn. Well, like oxen wearing like a hippie flower wreath on its head, or they're blowing bubble gum, or they're wearing cat glasses. Who wants that? Who's getting that home decor? And it's not cheap. If you want real art, then still go to those places like Salvation Army and Goodwill and try to scour through all of the crap from Hobby Lobby to find original artwork, or attempt to make your own, or buy from an artist, go to an art fair. But don't stick that stuff up on your wall. That is not good home decor. And one thing, not getting into the politics of birth control and the coverage for their employees and that sort of stuff, or trying to force religion into public schools. One of the worst things they've ever done is buying over 5,000 ancient artifacts. And these were a result of our invasion in Iraq. Museums were looted and historical archaeological sites were looted. And there were unsavory people that sold those items to the son of the founder. He's currently the president of Hobby Lobby. He bought those things to populate his Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. So a court did find them guilty and fined them for purchasing illegally and bringing them into the country illegally over 5,000 ancient artifacts.
And now I'm going to list 3 imaginary crimes that Hobby Lobby has committed in home decor.
So the 3 biggest crimes to me in terms of home decor that Hobby Lobby is guilty of is fake vintage. You can get real vintage things still at Goodwill, Salvation Army, and at estate sales, the flea market. You might have to hunt a little bit more, but it's something that's real vintage and it makes it unique. Your neighbors don't have it. There aren't a dozen of them on the shelf. So get something that's more unique, that will express your style. And now the second thing that I think is most offensive is fake handmade. So you'll see a dozen wonky pots where it's, they're kind of off kilter a little bit, and it's to look like it's handmade, but they weren't. And they're not cheap either. I've been watching YouTube videos like crazy, haul ones, decorating ones, and the ones that are specifically Hobby Lobby, where they show these vases that they love and they'll say it looks like something from Pottery Barn. They're still pretty expensive. The third most offensive thing that they sell there would be fake nature. And that includes fake rocks. They have these stacks of rocks and they might have a word on it or 3 have words on them. But they're fake. They're made of resin. Now, if you are buying fake rocks, I'm going to tell you right now, I know where you can get rocks. And you just have to go outside and look down. Walk around. They're outside. If you are so desperate for a rock that you're buying a fake one, okay, so this is the thing I don't understand. So they also sell fake plants and fake flowers. And I know the rationale behind that. People will say, well, I don't have to replace it as often because if I buy cut flowers, then, I'm throwing them out in a week. It's a waste of money, so I'm buying silk flowers. Please explain a fake rock. That doesn't go bad. You're not having to replace a rock. There isn't an expiration date on a rock. Why would you buy fake rocks? And then there's also fake seashells. Nope. You can buy real seashells. If you're not on a beach, you're not near a beach and you can't pick them up yourself, there are people who sell real seashells. Don't buy resin seashells, plastic seashells. The other thing too would be the amount of fake plants. So I walked into Hobby Lobby because I wanted to do some filming, and I was shocked by how hideous the fake plants are there. So they're trying to make them look more realistic by making them look half dead. I don't get it. The other thing too is the number of succulents. Like that seems to be like a huge fake plant trend. So you have a little fake succulent in a little pot with little fake pebbles in it. So succulents don't need a lot of water. So you can't do the whole cut flower thing. A succulent is hard to kill because it doesn't need a lot of water. It's a pretty low maintenance plant. To me, there are 2 excuses for having fake succulents. The first one would be you're in solitary confinement at Rikers Island or another maximum security prison. I can't think of any others right now, but so you're in solitary confinement and you don't have access to sunlight. Okay, you are allowed to pass. You can have a fake succulent. You can have a plastic succulent. The other time you can have one would be you're a survivalist, there's nuclear winter, and you went down into your bunker and you don't have sunlight. You can take succulents down there to cheer you up. Those are the two times. That's it. No more fake succulents. Anywho, I volunteered at a house walk where it was like 6 historical homes in the Chicagoland area, and I was stationed at this house that was right on the lake, right on Lake Michigan. And this was a multi-million-dollar house, and the entire house was done in a beach theme. The shocking thing about it was that almost all of the home decor was Hobby Lobby. So they had all of the weird wooden chain on the coffee table. I don't get that. Then they had like a giant fake wooden oar on their wall with something written on it. And they had a coffee table that was covered in fake sea glass. And the thing that kills me is that I have been collecting sea glass for 30 years. My kids would give me sea glass as gifts. It's the perfect gift because it's free and it's exciting to find. The kids love doing it. And I have this giant apothecary jar that's our lifetime collection of sea glass. It's beautiful. So all those people had to do was walk across the street to the beach and pick up some sea glass if they want sea glass. But instead they bought it in this bulk, and it's fake sea glass. And it looks like fake sea glass. They also had like fake fish shack kind of seaside signs. Anyway, I always think to myself, how would I decorate if I had all the money in the world? I can't imagine going to Hobby Lobby for anything. I know another thing I want to talk about too. So my kids were born and raised in a community that 2 years ago was shattered on July 4th when a young man opened fire on 4th of July parade goers. This was a parade that when they were little, I would hold this block party for their friends and our neighbors, and we would decorate the kids' bikes and we would walk in the parade. It was a pet parade too, so your dog might be decorated, but your kids would ride their bikes or you'd push your babies in the strollers, and we would decorate in red, white, and blue, and everyone had flags, and it was very sort of hokey and patriotic and small town America feeling. But all of that was shattered 2 years ago when a gunman went on top of a building overlooking the parade route and killed 7 people, 7 spectators in the crowd. So just 10 minutes from that site is this Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to show you a picture of something that I came across. And when I saw it, I gasped. And I looked around like, I thought, how can this be? How can this be in this store? Like, do other people see this? And it said, it was a wall plaque. And it was, by the way, right next to a toilet paper roll holder that was shaped like a gun. But so this is a sign. I guess you would hang it out by your front door because it's a message for would-be intruders. And there are 2 guns, you'll see. And it says underneath, we don't call 911. And the ones in 911 are made out of fake bullets. I was horrified. So what is the message? We shoot people. We don't rely on the police. We're going to shoot you. I don't know. Weird mixed message there that human life doesn't matter at some point, I guess, to them, the people with Hobby Lobby. Weird. This is my plea to you and to future generations, so your kids don't hate you and your grandchildren don't. Just stop shopping at Hobby Lobby. It's not going to be of any value to anyone. No one will ever buy a family heirloom at Hobby Lobby. Nothing goes up in value. You know, at least if you're buying vintage rather than fake vintage, you could resell it on eBay or Etsy, and there would most likely be a market for whatever it is that you bought. God knows I've bought things that you wouldn't think anyone would be able to sell, but I bought them. So just keep that in mind, that these things have no value. Come on, ladies. Come on, my middle-aged ladies. Listen to me. Young people, don't do it. Okay. The next one I won't be so preachy. Ironically using the word preachy with Hobby Lobby. Okay, see you soon.